So hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Aditya and from this video we are going to build a full stack Instagram clone with almost all of the features of Instagram. And this is going to be in Flutter, Firebase, and for state manager we'll be using Riverpod. So let's directly dive into the video. So we will start by creating a new Flutter project. So I'm using the command line. We can type here flutter create and let's give the package name. The package name will be like com.instagram clone, and then let's give a space and the name of your project. Make sure it should not contain any capital or number, etc. Like follow the naming convention properly. Like I am going to give the name is Instagram clone. Let's enter. And wait for it to create. Yeah, as you can see I've created, and let's go to the folder and just type if you can use any IDE. I'm using VSCode to build it. You can also use Android Studio. So yeah, here is my project. As you can see, let's first remove all of. Let's first just run this to test. Till then it is launching. Let's create the folder structure of application. So in our application we will be following like MVC pattern, but not strict as MVC. We have some differences, and let me clarify this using some graphics. So we will going to have a features folder which will contain all of the features like authentication, feed, post, profile, all of the features. Okay, in that features we have we have authentication feature. In authentication we will have four folders. One will be widgets, that will contain all the widgets which will be using in that authentication screen, and we will have let me pick it. And we will have a screens folder where all the screens will be listed, and we will have a controller. What is it? I will explain. And one folder we will have a repo. So what will be happen here is the repo will contain all our database queries, all the database related calls. Like we have to fetch to post from our database. So the query we will write to fetch the posts. We will write in repo only. Here we will not use any kind of context and business logic related thing. And controller, here we will handle our business logic, all the logic which we will going to have, all that contained by the controller. And the screen, it will contain all the screens of that feature. It's simple. And what will be the flow will be like controller can directly call the repo, and screen can directly talk to the controller. So here if you not understand, what will happen is in repo we will fetch all the data. In controller we will get that data and perform some logic if we need, and in screens we get the data from controller and display in the our view. And here is a cache. Screen cannot directly talk to the repo because we don't want directly call the database without handling logic. And we also concerned about separating things like business logic, our database queries, and all that stuff. So this will be our folder structure, and let's build the folder structure. Let's start by the creating folder structure. So first of all, we will have a core folder which will contain all the core files like snack bar, constant, providers, etc. And next folder we will have features. Then next folder we will have model. It will contain the database models. I hope you know what is model. Like what will be the structure of database? What we need to fetch or store? All that things. Basically, a entity. And in features we will have three folders. Sorry, four. First will be screen. Second will be controller, and third will be repository. And these three folders are going to be in a auth folder. I haven't created previously, sorry for that. Auth, and this three folders is going to have an auth. So yeah, our first feature will be auth, and I hope you understand what will be the folder structure. Let me create one more folder so you will understand more better. Like second feature we will have home like profile screen, right? In profile we will also going to have repo and screen. We also need widgets that will be creating very soon. So here this is a folder structure. So in screen we will going to have a login screen, authentication, new authentication folder. So dot, and in repo we will going to have a auth repository dot, and then we will have to going auth controller dot. So here it is, and the app is loaded. So let me open my emulator. Here it is. As you can see, this is our first app. Here it is. It is just the basic counter app. If we tap here, it will increment the counter. It's very basic. So so first of all, let's just remove this boilerplate code, and then the theme data I will provide in next video. Till then we will continue with this. And here let me first create a login screen. Let's import material. Then let's create a stateless widget. One second. Oh, 1 minute. Make sure you have in VSCode, you make sure you have Flutter extension installed. Make sure you have this Start extension installed and this Flutter extension. Okay. So now we have imported the material, and then now we will create a stateless widget just by typing stateless Flutter stateless widget, and the name of this class will be a login screen. And for now we can just return a center widget, just return a scaffold, and for body we can return a center widget, and child will be a text login screen. Just for testing it is working or not. Let's add the const modifier, and then just here we will use login screen instead of home screen. Just automatically it is imported, and then just you hold start our application and see what other changes we got. So yeah, you can say we got our login screen. If we change something here, like Instagram login screen, just control save and it will get loaded, and you can see Instagram login screen. So, so as you know, I said earlier, we will going to use Firebase for application, and for that, first of in this video, the purpose mainly is to complete all the setup, and from next video we will going to dive into the code. We will going to dive into the exact logic of our application. So let's get off by creating a new Firebase project. So just go to the Firebase console, and if you don't have an account, just create, and here click on add project. Just name your project. I am going to name it Instagram clone. Then continue. You can enable or disable it. I am enabling it for now, and select your default if you have enabled that, and it's creating. Wait for a few seconds. It will create. So it is created. Just click on continue, and you will be redirected to the project which you just have created. And now you can add manually as well. I'm just going to with Flutter and follow this command. Just uh, use this command and just log in with your just log in with Firebase in your terminal to use Firebase CLI. Sorry, Firebase, not Firebase. It is Flutter Fire CLI, specifically made for Flutter and Firebase. So we can use that. Is very easy. You can also use manual, but that is little bit time taking, not complex. It is time taking. And you can see I'm already logged in as this email, and if you are not logged in, it will redirect you to the web page where you can log in with Google. This also we have did this two steps. We have Flutter SDK and Flutter Create, and I don't show you how to install Flutter SDK. Just it is simple, you can do by your own. The main focus of this course is to teach you how to build your own apps, your own full stack apps. So now next step is to activate our Flutterfy CLI. Just copy this command and paste it from anywhere, and it will activate the CLI. So yeah, my Flutterfy CLI is activated at 0.2.7 version, and then our next step is to copy this file and configure this project to the Firebase. If you have done already, if you are doing all this previous step for first time, and then for next time you don't have to do all of that stuff. Just type Flutterfy configure and select your project. That's simple as that. And in manual you have to configure everything manually, add files, etc. That is time taking. So I prefer Flutterfy CLI instead. And here it is automatically fetched our project which we will just created. And now here, which platform should your configuration support? So you can use arrow up and arrow down keys and space to select like space. I'm continuing with Android as one cookie because this application is going to run on all three devices, web, Android and iOS. And just wait for it to complete. our old project has been registered to the Firebase console, and a Firebase options file is created in our list folder. And for if you want to confirm, first of all, let's add this in our main file to configure Firebase. That will get errors. So yeah, here you can do just import. I have pressed Control dot to get this suggestion. Just import the Firebase options, and we will have to add packages first. Before that, just let's confirm whether our application our app has been added or not. Just go to project settings, and here you can see Android, iOS, and web applications has been added into our Firebase console. So let's just go to the VSCode and go to the back YAML, and here we need to add. Let's just let me confirm. Here we need to add some packages. We can also add this here like this, but instead I have a better way. Just press the Control Shift P and then add dependency. Here you can see I got the option. Just click on this and tap the whatever dependencies you want. Like first of all, we need Firebase core, and then and to import multiple packages, you can add a comma and then space and next package name. Then we will need Firebase auth, then Cloud Firestore, and then we will also need Firebase storage. And for now, just import all of this, and you can see how easy it is using I'm using VSCode. It is very easy to use VSCode for Flutter, and just wait to get running. And after that, let's make it async before doing everything. That we will get the error. So yeah, let's just go to the first backend, and you can see our package has been added. And let's just import the Firebase core here. Import Firebase core. Yeah, so our all error has been gone, and the final step is just go to the Android app and app level build.creator, and here change the minimum SDK version to 21 and make enable the multi-dash. Just type so here just enable the multi-dash, and here make sure you match the spelling, otherwise you will face the error. And just close this and box back as well. And now let's just run the application from start. Let me terminate it and run, and let's see what our Firebase setup has been completed or not. So now our app has been loaded up. So we got the error, and the error is we forgot to add a Flutter widget binding. Flutter binding dot ensure initialized. Then just restart the application. Let's see what we will get. And yeah, our application has been initialized successfully with Firebase, and we have done with all of setup. And now it's time to get into the code. And that all stuff we will continue from next video. I will provide all the resources, Flutter docs, how to install Flutter, etc. in description. And from next video, we will create a login page and we will try to implement the login functionality as well in next video. So till then, goodbye.